Now let's look at rates and unit rates. Now rates and unit rates are just form of ratios. The thing that's different with rates and unit prices or unit rates is there's actually some meaning to the numbers, or there's a label. So like miles per hour, that is considered a rate. Miles per gallon, that's another example of a rate. Unit prices you see in the grocery store, if you look closely at the tags where the prices are, in the little corner they'll usually say unit price or price per ounce. Okay, those are all examples of rates and unit prices. So that's what we're going to look at today. So the first key term, a blank is a ratio used to compare two different kinds of measure. And a blank is the ratio of price to the number of units. So the first one is simply going to be rate. A rate is a ratio that is used to compare two different kinds of measurement, such as miles per gallon, like I stated earlier. A unit price is the ratio of price to the number of units. Now, to find a rate, as in our first example here, 150 miles per 3 hours. If you think of it as 150 miles per 3 hours, the translation of this, or the meaning behind this, is in 3 hours you can drive 150 miles, or 150 miles takes you 3 hours. So if we want to find just the rate, then we would just say 150 miles per 3 hours. We could ask for a unit rate where we want miles per 1 hour. In that case, we could divide. So this is the same thing as 150 divided by 3 is 50 miles per 1 hour. But we usually see it written as 50 and then mph. But those all mean the same thing. The first one was just simply written as a rate. The second one was written as a unit rate because the denominator is a 1. And then the way I wrote it with the 50 mph is what we're more familiar with, seeing that type of a rate. We would do the same thing with the second example, the 834 3/10 meters per 5.4 minutes. So again, we have a distance and a time. So 834, not 43, 834.3 meters being compared to 5.4 minutes. So 834.3 meters in 5.4 minutes. So I've taken the information and I have written it as a fraction. If I want to write it as a unit rate, then I would simply divide 834.3 divided by 5.4. And when I put that in my calculator, I get 154 and 5/10 meters for every 1 minute. And so that would be a unit rate. So now let's look at unit prices, which is the same thing as a unit rate. It's just dealing with money. So if I have 9 ounces and the price is $420 or $425, that'd be pretty expensive, $4.25, what would be the unit price? In other words, how much does it cost if I only want to buy 1 ounce? So if you're in the grocery store, you're kind of stuck with, however many ounces are in the package. But if you go to a specialty store, a candy store, they might sell it by the ounce or by the pound. And so you don't have to buy all 9 ounces if you don't want 9 ounces. So what's a good price for that? So if we want to find out the unit price, then it's going to be 9 ounces divided by $4.25. So 9 divided by 4.25 0.25 is 2.11. So if we set up our price this way, we're actually saying if we do the division, 9 ounces for $4.25, then when we divide, we're actually finding out how many ounces for $1. So we don't typically write unit prices that way. We don't want to know how much it is per dollar. We want to know how much it is per unit or per ounce. So instead of writing it 9 ounces on top, we're going to write it as $4.25 for 9 ounces. That's going to give us how much money it is for 1 ounce when I divide. So $4.25 divided by 9 ounces is approximately, instead of talking about money, it ends up being 0.47222222. It would round to 0.47 or 47 cents. So 47 cents, and it would be for 1 ounce. So that would be my unit price, 47 cents. So we usually have the dollar amount as the numerator and the ounces as your denominator. So this one was kind of a trick question. You had to kind of reason your way through it. So now this next one, if I want $4.99 for 10.5 ounces, I get 0.4752. So again, if I round, it's going to be about 48 cents. So I'm going to say, and what you'll probably see on a tag at the store, it would probably look like this, and they might say per ounce. So sometimes they'll draw a line and they'll have per ounce like that, or they may actually write out PER per ounce, but again, that's for 1 ounce. 1 ounce would be 48 cents. And for this last one, brand C, we have $6.19 for 13 ounces. So $6.19 divided by 13 ends up being 0.476, so it would round also to 48 cents. So 48 cents, and I'll write it another way that you may see it, per ounce. So it looks like the cheapest brand is brand A when you break it down by the ounce.